Hi everyone, this is Gallifrey Lady. This is my first video for the Gallifrey Lady's 500 year diary. Today what I'm going to do is going to try in my best amateur way on showing you how to make some stitches through knitting. As you see here, this is the start of one of the season's scarves from the Doctor Who series, and I've already completed about good 7-8 foot of it. So to start off with, we want to do another line of knitting. This is the suede line wool, and very basically I'm using a pair of needles which is as the nylon on between, because I find it personally a lot easier to use than two separate needles, but you can use whatever needles you wish. So the first thing you do is, after you've completed a line, pop the needle through the first stitch, take your yarn, make sure that the tension is correct, put it over the top, and then pull underneath, and you'll see that the yarn is then pulled underneath and held with that needle. Once it's come through, lift off, and then just gently pull the stitch to the tension you require. So again, put the needle in, pop it around the back of the needle to the side, lift up this needle to allow you to see the stitch underneath, pull away. And this is what's just a common knit stitch. So again, going through, putting the yarn in the front, lift up and through. And what we do is we continue that for the whole of the line of stitches. On this particular scarf there's 42 stitches to do. Now those of you who are not amateur like I am, more professional, will probably squeal with upset the way I'm actually knitting. But as I said, I'm not a professional scarf knitter by any stretch of the imagination, so if you find that there's another way of doing it that's easy for you, by holding the needles or holding the yarn like I'm doing here to try and keep my tension, then obviously go for that. There are plenty of other websites which shows you how to do the knit stitch, or any other stitch to be honest, with knitting. This is the basic one, which most people start to learn off from year one really. So all I'm doing is just go through the stitches one by one, and as I'm losing space here, the beauty of these needles is that the larger the garment, then you can add it to the rest of this nylon here, whereas if you have conventional stitches, they will then break into well, they won't actually make it nice and flat. They will have little ribs in there, and you kind of have it all scrunched together, which I personally don't like. Doesn't make a difference with the actual knitting, but I'm just one of those people who like to see exactly what I knit in a very flat way. So this is almost finished now, so I'm just pushing the rest of the wool that way. Just continue through that, always going through the stitch, bring it over, keeping your tension as equal as possible, because if your tension changes you end up having some stitches which are looser than others and some very tight, so when you come to knit them again you'll find that it's trying to get into the hole that you just done previously. It's tension too tight, you can't get the needle in there. So, but that comes with practice. Generally this is about 4 stitches per inch for this particular scarf. So what I do is make sure if I make 4 stitches and then put a ruler across and see how far the measurement is. So 2 more to do. This is the last one. And then a lot of people think, well, what am I going to do now? Because they're not used to this type of needle. Literally all you do is just swap sides and then you start again. So that's how you do a basic knit stitch.